I love the smell of Trump rallies in the afternoon. Smells like victory. Victory. I'd like to introduce a young man. His name is Joe Nchia. He's the adopted son of Rick Roos and Melissa Roos. He's a 2013 graduate of Shaw Memorial High School, a 2017 graduate of Hillsdale College, a Bachelor of Arts in History. Joe was a prolific soccer player and scored a record-making double hat trick against Rising Sun. That's 6 goals for that's 6 goals for you people that live in Rio Linda. Joe is the beloved son of Rick and Melissa Roos. Joe Nchia.
Thank you. Hello. How we doing today? Huh? So, for those who don't know me very well, I was born across the river, but I was raised up here, so I guess I'm a refugee. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a huge fan of public speaking. I just don't like it. I'm kind of a quiet person. But I was asked to be up here today, and I figured, why not? I'm a contrarian because I think it's funny. So this isn't going to be your standard rah-rah rally speech. It's more just me making some observations as a entitled millennial. In 2012, I had the pleasure of voting in my first ever election for president. The choices being Mr. Mitt Romney and the incumbent Barack Obama. And back then, something hit me, and I wasn't even that well-versed in politics, but something struck me as strange. As I made my selection, and yes, I voted for Romney, I noticed that it felt like I was basically voting for 2 versions of effectively the same person. And I've been thinking about that for a while, and it's been 8 years, and I've come to understand that's it's what we call the establishment, right? Your standard DC elitists, the swamp, the Clintons, the Bushes, the Pelosi's, all these people who, well, it doesn't seem like they really believe in much of anything aside from making money. I know in politics you gotta have a bit of a balance between idealism and practicality. You have to have some sort of beliefs that actually guide you in principles because, well, you're representing people who believe in you, but you also gotta, work with other people who don't agree with you so things actually get done. Well, the establishment class has basically completely abandoned the whole ideology thing and have instead opted to just sort of do whatever they want under the guise of pretending that they represent our interests. And what's that result in? A comically high debt, political figures who, most of which you can find video of them 10 years ago saying one thing and now saying the opposite. And, well, it's all just becoming a bit of a sick joke. It's annoying. And they're enabled by a media class, a corporate media class, that they don't believe in anything either. Their job is just to be effectively propagandists. And the thing is, I think in 2016, a lot of Americans realized that something is seriously wrong with the status quo. Something's not clicking right. And so what did we do? We sent a game show host who was at WrestleMania into the White House because this guy wasn't bought and paid for. He was an experiment. New direction. Let's try something new. And what do we get in turn? An all-out onslaught for the last 4 years of just garbage. And every single effort made from every level and every organization to bring the guy down and anyone who supports him. while being told that because we don't live by a coast, that we are backward yokels who don't know what we're doing, Bible thumping, annoying gun nuts, and all that. And, well, I gotta say, I'm not an expert, but if you want to try and win people over to your point of view, you probably shouldn't insult them and demonize them for several years in a row. We've been told on numerous times that there's some great bombshell that the media has that's going to be, this will be the one to bring him down. We've got it now. He's going to go away in handcuffs. Okay, what do you have? Well, the audio tape. He said the N-word. Where's the tape? Well, we're still waiting on it. We get books made, which are obviously just attempts to grift people out of money, in which we're told that Trump is effectively the embodiment of Hitler and Satan combined. Not really working either. He was impeached. That didn't work. He's been blamed for the entirety of a virus that came from China. And that's not working either. And in the meantime, what else have they done? They've gone full court press because they realize that their attacks aren't working. They haven't been working. So 2020 has been the year of insanity, where somehow we're going to try and rationalize why those guys in the corner back there with the badges on are actually the embodiment of evil. Now, it's funny because I parked over there when I got here and walked by them, and they didn't shoot me, so... Huh. In the last couple months, we've seen violence on a scale that reminds me of, I don't know, 1968, honestly.
Yep, come on.
Burn down American cities, break windows, torch cop cars, people are shooting each other, stabbing each other, beating each other in the streets because, you know, that's democracy. And what has the establishment done to help combat this and bring some order back? They tweet.
Yep.
They point fingers at each other. And then they always default to their basic excuse of, well, it's all Trump's fault. Oh. We've seen blatant Marxists establishing autonomous zones within the United States, which I thought secession was illegal, but okay. We've seen the normalization of tearing families apart and telling them, oh, I disown you because you support the president or you think this other thing. We're seeing the normalization of people running up to police cars and shooting police officers in ambushes who were quite literally just sitting there minding their own business. And in turn, you have insane people that want to start a debate over it, as far as the morals and ethics of harming another person for no reason. And the media backs this up as they always do, and, well, that's no way to live. We've shut down the economy for months and plunged tons of people into despair, losing jobs and such, and we've been told we have to wait until Bill Gates' magical vaccine saves us all from a virus that probably won't be a problem if you're reasonably healthy. We've been told for 4 years that we're facing doomsday, and it still hasn't happened yet. So, I guess in closing, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, though based on the flags and the banners and signs, I have a pretty good idea who's probably going to be gaining the most votes out of this crowd, but I probably won't tell you I'm voting for because it's none of your business. But I will say that right now we're down to the guy who's been ruthlessly maligned for 3.5, almost 4 years, although tons of the accusations have been debunked consistently, and a man who can't complete sentences. So I guess when you're making your choice on election day, just keep that in mind. Do you want the status quo again? Or should we keep trying to do something different? God bless you, and thank you.
He may not like it, but he's got a future in it.